Top Promotions, R&R Promotions, and Showtime. We are sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, AT&T, Rethink Possible, Grudge Match. Grudgment Day is Christmas Day. Grudge Match starring Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone, and Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA, President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Aurelio Fiengo, along with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, Chairman Mike Aris Mendez, Executive Director William Kuntz. Introducing to you our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Stanley Christodoulou. From Las Cruces, New Mexico, Levi Martinez. And from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Nelson Vasquez. Our third man in the ring, the referee in charge. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Lawrence Cole. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from San Antonio, Texas, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with black and white trim, hailing from Margarita, Santa Fe, Argentina. He weighed in at 146 1/4 pounds with a record of 34 wins and 3 losses. He has 31 big wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the WBA #2 welterweight contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBA super lightweight champion of the world, introducing the hard-hitting Marcos El Chino Maidana. And his opponent across the ring on my right, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with gold trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Cincinnati, Ohio. He weighed in at a trim and ready 144 1/2 pounds with a record of 27 wins, no losses, 1 no contest. He has 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 3-time world champion in 3 weight divisions, the reigning WBC lightweight world champion, and the undefeated WBA welterweight champion of the world, introducing Adrian the Problem Broner. Once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Lawrence Cole.
Adrian, come here. Marco. All right, gentlemen, I went over the rules early in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Your trunks are, okay, you're good here. That's what I'm going to call it. All right, good here. All right, touch them up. Good luck. Play Olympia.
Referee is Lawrence Cole. And we are set for the main event. Adrian Broner, the 4th man to win titles at 130, 135, and 147, joining his idol Floyd Mayweather Jr., Oscar De La Hoya, and Manny Pacquiao. Meanwhile, Marcos Maidana, coming off a Fight of the Year candidate in a win over Josecito Lopez in June. Will his power be enough to derail the problem, or will the speed and skills of Adrian Broner be enough for him to remain undefeated? We're about to find out.
Slide back, all the way back, all the way back. Come on, we're going to start right.
The bell and round 1. Adrian Broner sporting the red with gold trunks. Marcos Maidana in the red and black.
Maidana, of course, we've talked a lot about his jab. Will he come out throwing it with conviction?
And he swarms Broner along the ropes. Grazes him with the right hand. Maidana off to a very quick start here. But Broner staying composed and focused
The overhand right already has made its presence known here against Broner. Gavin Reese bounced it off his head a lot. Maidana's doing the same.
I'll tell you, whatever landed over there, I don't know if it was a hook on the right, it hurt Broner. He took a weird misstep after that shot landed.
And Maidana continuing to throw all kinds of punches, and Broner just wants to hold on. Broner has established a pattern in his career of slow starts in terms of output, followed by powerful finishes. He's looking to weather the early storm from Maidana.
Broner doing a lot of holding early, which is a good idea based on the trouble he's been in this first round. Maidana's done it without the jab, by the way.
Oh, he was throwing no jabs to the body.
Maidana throwing all kinds of punches at Broner's body, in the crowd here in Fuego in San Antonio.
One thing Broner doesn't do, he doesn't go defense to offense. You rarely see, for a guy as fast as he is, you rarely see counter punches. He's going to need the counter punch Maidana's brutal offense here. He can't just have it missing. You need to take away the confidence from a guy like Maidana. And the only way you do that is you make him pay when he misses.
Lead left hook by Broner.
To win this fight, Adrian Broner's going to have to hurt Marcos Maidana. I felt that coming in, and boy, I really feel it now.
Broner has never been down in his career. A couple of left hooks to the body by Maidana. A couple of right uppercuts. The last one just grazing the chin. And it's all Marcos Maidana here in round number 1. Maidana continues to walk Broner down. Broner catching a lot of those punches off his shoulder. There was the right hand.
And what is Adrian Broner doing? He's not throwing punches. Once again, when a guy has him thinking, he stops throwing punches. He needs to be active. He has the speed to be active if he chooses to use it, and if he stays confident in doing that, he's going to have to get active.
Oh, wow. No need for that kind of stuff in the sweet science as we go to round number 2. Great start by Marcos Maidana.
Trouble early in this first round for Adrian Broner. Maidana throwing the hook and then coming with the overhand right makes Broner stumble, and then Maidana continues the assault as Broner's on the ropes. We'll look at it again. This is the same punch that a very short fighter, Gavin Reese, landed against Broner in a previous fight, but Reese not as powerful as Maidana. And it was a very difficult beginning for Broner, and then Broner again, even in his giant ring, got himself caught against the ropes later in the round. And Maidana will use an uppercut here, among other punches, working to the body. Broner trying to hold, and there's that uppercut I talked about, and yet another one. So this is not the kind of beginning Adrian Broner wanted to this fight, that's for sure. And the overhand right continues to be a big weapon.
The bell and round 2. Marcos Maidana has recorded 11 of his 31 knockouts in the first 2 rounds, while Broner has recorded 11 of his 22 KOs in the first 2 rounds. And there's the right hand lead by Maidana that sticks. Another right hand. Broner goes down for the first time in his career.
He's hurt bad,
and he's hurt.
I don't know what that count was, but it was a long count, that's for sure.
And Maidana all over Broner again. Here in round 2. Maidana lands underneath, but that was a slip.
Forget about surviving. If Broner gets by this, we're going to see what kind of character he has.
Oh, and the lefts and rights by Maidana. The power already taking its toll. Broner trying to fight away from the ropes.
I don't know if Lawrence Cole called that a knockout, but he's in trouble
by
now.
Maidana. Another right hand by Maidana. Broner looking to hold on as he backs away.
He's hurt bad. They might have to look at stopping this.
He's still defending himself.
I know it's Adrian Broner, and he's supposed to be a star.
And now Broner comes back with a 1-2. Right uppercut by Maidana. The right cross connects. Broner looks to have shaken things off and beginning to regain his composure along the ropes. Lands a right hand. Staying calm. physical, backpedaling, missing with the overhand right was Maidana.
If anything, the counterpunching will at least show Maidana that there's life in him. Even if it's nothing hard, even if it's nothing that lands solid, it'll show Maidana, hey, there's life here.
There's a lead left hook, connects by Broner. Under a minute left in a stellar second round.
I think if Maidana was using his jab still, he would be able to attack even better. He's eschewing that punch.
Al, you're absolutely right. I don't know what happened to Maidana's jab.
Chopping right hand by Maidana.
It was setting up all the power.
Yeah, he's the old Maidana, but he's still landing power punches.
Misses the couple of right uppercuts as Broner content to stay on the ropes and
I don't know what Broner's
chattering with the referee.
He's complaining about something, but he's going to have to keep focus here.
Left hook by Maidana. Final 10 seconds of what has been a scintillating second stanza. Right cross connects by Maidana. Broner eats it. Great start here to this fight.
Well, Adrian Broner very animated in his corner, but this is where a knockdown would occur, and it was ruled a knockdown, as it should have been. Maidana landing a big left hook, and yes, that sent Broner to the canvas. It was a little confusing because the count looked a little weird with referee Lawrence Cole, but here's the left hook getting in.
And you know something about that left hook? It almost looked like a jab to the body at first, and now we know why Maidana was throwing so many jabs to the body early.
Very good point, Paulie. Terrific.
Because when you look at how he throws that left hook, it starts out really low, like it's about to be a jab to the body once again. He kind of got Broner comfortable with him seeing the jab to the body, and instead it turned into a hook to the head. Broner never realized it was coming.
The bell and round 3.
Now, Adrian Broner was counterpunching much better at the end of that last round. Let's see if he's got it together.
It's almost like he was better off being close range than he was on the outside.
Yeah.
On the inside, he can do those little catch and shoots that he does.
Yeah, very good point.
But you're going to have to stay in the eye of the fire.
And during the break between rounds, some panic in the corner, and it was Broner who told everyone, hey, chill out.
Broner's found a home for the left hook here momentarily. We'll see if that punch can do some damage. Well, big percentage being landed by these fighters. Broner always lands at a high percentage of power punches, and so does Maidana.
You know what's incredible? Let me tell you something incredible. Maidana, we thought, was going to have to make it a street fight in order to be effective. Maidana's landed all the effective shots from the outside, and then he's closed distance once those shots landed.
There's some defense by Maidana as Broner tries to get the hook in.
Another chopping right hand by Maidana over top, working the body as they clinch. A minute and a half remaining in the third. Right hand connects by Maidana. Broner going to the body with the jab.
We have seen Adrian Broner get hit with overhand rights repeatedly in his career, and we thought that would be the big weapon for Maidana, and it has been so far.
A minute left in the third round. Broner still on his back foot. Measuring up, good defense, and there's some of the speed displayed by Adrian Broner.
Maidana may have been stunned with that punch.
Right hand to the body by Broner. Jab to the midsection by the champion.
Suddenly surprised him. Good shots by Broner. Best shots of the fight that he's landed.
And Maidana is just not throwing the jab. He'd still get that right hand in, but the jab would help him so much in this fight.
Left hook to the body by Maidana. The crossface by Broner in the clinch.
Well, Paulie, you said make it rough.
Got to make it rough. But Broner will answer the rough stuff.
10 seconds left in the third round. A terrific start to this welterweight championship fight between the title holder Adrian Broner and challenger Marcos Maidana. Left hook connects by Broner.
Hey, you got a meeting, okay? You got to start a meeting, okay? Hey,
Adrian Broner, whether he won it or not, had a better third round, certainly. He'll land a counter left hook and a quick right hand. And that's because Maidana did not jab his way in. He leaned in and left his head out there for Broner to hit him. Here he is. Instead of jabbing his way in, he throws kind of a feint, wild right hand, lunges, and gets hit. Now, actually, that left hand didn't land as well as I thought it might, but still it got there.
You're right.
I don't want you to throw that jab. If it's going to be slow, don't throw it, because that's when he counter punches. Keep breathing. Let's go. That's the way. That's the way.
Well, there's your answer, Al. Why Maidana's not using the jab, Robert. Garcia saying, hey, if it's going to be slow and he's going to counter, don't throw it.
Are you guys ready for some numbers?
Sure.
Maidana has thrown 228 punches and landed 69, according to show stats. Broner has thrown 56. He is always economical with his punches. Well, not always. Only when he's faced with this adversity, and boy, he has been tonight.
Oh, he picked it up a little bit in the third round. Let's see now. This is where he's going to have to show what he's got on the inside.
Maidana's KO percentage of just over 90% is the highest in the welterweight top 20, but it should come with a disclaimer. 28 of those 31 KOs came at 140, although his last 3 fights have ended in knockout victories.
In Broner's corner, they feel Maidana has shot his load and he's tired already. We'll see if that's the case. That would not be in keeping with his previous track record as a fighter.
The crowd very emotionally invested in this, our feature attraction, putting the bow on a superlative year of Showtime Championship boxing. The undefeated Adrian Broner defending his welterweight crown for the first time against former 140-pound champion Marcos Maidana.
Broner showing a bit more use of the jab in the last couple of rounds as well. Sometimes it's not that complicated. Sometimes you just got to go back to your basics. AB doing that right now, going back to the jab, and keeping Maidana under control.
Right hand to the body by Maidana. There was a right hand to the body by Broner. Maidana working the body with another chopping right hand. And there's a left hand that catches Broner on the face. 1.5 minutes left in the fourth.
The body work, much like what we saw Paulie use against Broner. And there's the jab to the body, which Paulie talked about. That's going to set up that overhand right.
Or it set up the left hook, because it comes out almost the same way, and he changes it. It must have been something they worked on in camp. There he changed to a hook to the body. But
total body shots landed, almost a shutout for Marcos Maidana. Sticks the stiff jab. 1 minute left in the fourth round.
Marcos has to pick it up just a little bit if he's going to be effective here. There's a slow pace favors Broner, and here he is picking it up now.
Here's where Broner has a problem, though. He throws so few punches, it's going to be hard for him to win some of these rounds.
45 seconds left in the fourth, and there's a chopping right cross by Maidana. A jab from Broner. There's a jab from Maidana, then going to the body as they come close, and Broner pushing him away. 30 seconds left in the round. Left hook upstairs by Broner.
Maidana's committing to the body work early on, and that could have impact as this fight wears on.
Right hand lead by Broner. Final seconds of the fourth round.
Oh, good hook.
So here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, the crowd fully energized for what has been a fantastic start to this welterweight championship bout between the undefeated Adrian Broner and Marcos Maidana.
In the last round, Maidana had a round that brought him back from a third that maybe Broner won. There's the left hook that got in. And Maidana has used the overhand right, but he's also used the left hook. As Paulie said, he set up the left hook with the jab to the body. And Broner was able to counter a bit in that round. You'll see a as he comes in, a counter left hook by Adrian Broner.
We are set for round 5. Mauro Ranallo, Al Bernstein, Paulie Malignaggi ringside. Welterweight champion Adrian Broner, the challenger Marcos Maidana. They renew acquaintances here immediately. Right uppercut snuck in by Broner.
Oh,
And a left by Maidana. But there does seem to be a lot more of an aggressive body language about Broner, Paulie.
yeah, but let's see if it was just an illusion. Here's the thing, Maidana, his awkwardness is actually working to his benefit. Broner can't time him defensively, and he's getting hit with punches he wouldn't normally get hit with because they're coming from awkward ways, and from awkward angles.
Yeah, that's really true. And the right hands are so wide, he just doesn't know where they're coming from.
Maidana continues to invest into the body shots, putting the work in as he gets hit with a left hook from Broner. Broner feinting, and Maidana comes forward again. Left hook by Broner, left hook to the body by Maidana.
Broner trying to come forward now. I kind of like this idea. Usually guys like Maidana can't fight on the back foot. They're used to coming forward and using their power. Let's see if this works. It's a risk, but if he can back up Maidana and start landing combinations.
Referee call warning Broner about pushing. Right hand to the body by Maidana. Minute 45 left of the 5th.
Broner's
got a lick.
Broner's having a conversation with referee Cole throughout the fight. He has a bigger problem with Marcos Maidana, I would think.
I'll say.
Three-punch combination executed by Broner. They exchange jabs.
Adrian Broner is a very accurate puncher. He doesn't throw a lot, but he lands a lot of what he throws.
Final minute of the 5th round. Broner catches Maidana with a right, and there's another quick combination, which landed by the champion Adrian Broner. Now Maidana hitting Broner on the shoulders and the arms and sneaks in a body shot. There's a left hook by Maidana. Oh, another 4-punch combination by Maidana.
Good hook by Broner, right in between them.
This is a very entertaining fight.
Broner holding his ground.
Fight and a fantastic night.
Broner holding his ground more this round. He's had some success doing that.
And then sneaks in a right uppercut. And the lead right hand by Broner. Maidana, a lot of those punches blocked by Broner.
But some of it's going to come down to how many of the body punches you give Maidana credit for.
And Broner being warned again. He may be in jeopardy of losing the point. As we go to the 6th round, Broner lands a left hook to the body, or head, I should say.
Early on in the round, Maidana working that body and then coming with the left hook. Now that punch he slapped with a little bit, so it didn't have as much power, but it's part of the game plan, going to the body and coming to the head. And then later on in the round, with some precise punching, Adrian Broner ripping the hook and punching on the inside, although Maidana is getting a few punches in as well, but Broner able to counter punch a little better. And then toward the end of that round, again, the short counter right hand by Broner. So Broner is having some success on the inside.
Adrian Broner won 3 alphabet titles in 3 different weight classes in a period of 19 months, defending the welterweight title for the first time tonight as we begin round 6. Now Broner wanting to establish his rhythm. Now showcasing his speed with the jab. Maidana feinting. Couple of left hooks land by Broner. uppercut lands by Broner.
One of the central questions in this fight is, does Broner have, there's that great jab by Maidana, does he have welterweight power? And we're going to find out tonight, because he's hit Maidana with some big punches. He did not hurt you or knock you down. Didn't do it against Ponce de Leon, who's coming up in weight. See if he can do it tonight.
Broner's second fight at 147 pounds. Maidana's fifth at welterweight.
Tell you, that jab being real effective for Maidana right now.
Yeah, he's back to using it again.
And it's bloody Adrian's nose.
A minute and a half gone in the sixth. Left hook to the body by Broner. Maidana coming forward low. Lands a left hand upstairs. Broner trying to punch on Maidana with the jab. Maidana closing the gap. There's a right hand to the body. Digging away was Broner. Sticks a nice straight right.
The hand speed of Broner, of course, is a big edge for him when he uses it.
Maidana going over the top with a right hand, working the body and then going back upstairs. Under a minute left in the sixth stanza.
This is an example of a round. Maidana has thrown more punches, 47 to 36, but Broner's been fairly accurate with his.
Good counter right hand by Maidana.
And again, you're putting Maidana in a position he's not used to being in. You're forcing him to fight on the back foot. And that alone can make a guy uncomfortable.
Final 30 seconds, Broner coming forward. Maidana on the ropes now, moving away as he comes in on the attack. Lands a right hand over the top and a right counter by Broner. It's been physical. And it's been exciting as Maidana again works the body. And a left hook upstairs by Maidana in the latter stages of round 6.
A very good punch on the inside by Adrian Broner. He has a good uppercut, and here he uses it as Maidana languishes on the inside. Now, that was a terrific punch. It did not stun Maidana or stop his assault. Maidana did get back to using the jab, the exchange jabs there, but Maidana using it both as a rangefinder and to the body, and just trying to get that punch to help him land the left hook and the overhand right. And this is where Maidana would come with the left hook. A nice hook. It didn't land perfectly, but that was when Broner left himself open with his right hand a little bit low.
Seconds out, let's go, coaches!
Maidana's punch is not hurting Broner as much as it did in the first round, but he's landing more of them, it seems.
We're at the halfway point of this WBA welterweight title fight. The champion, Adrian Broner. The challenger, Marcos Maidana. Broner trained by Mike Stafford, who's been his trainer since he was 5 years old. A stellar amateur career with over 300 fights. And there he eats a right cross from Maidana.
Maidana more committed to coming forward this round.
He felt the play was taken away from him, certainly, in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, he's more comfortable when he comes forward. So I think he's trying to take that control back.
Right uppercut by Maidana as we look at the unofficial scoring at the midway point of this fight.
Very unofficial to be sure. Paulie has it a draw. Steve, you and I both have it for Maidana. And Steve, what do you think?
I do, Al. Right now, the rhythm seems to favor Broner, although Maidana always looks like he's one punch away from hurting his opponent. One thing to think about, it's been a thrilling fight. I also think it's been a dirty fight with Broner using forearms and elbows, Maidana punching low. So I hope Lawrence Cole doesn't have to decide this fight.
Minute 45 left in the seventh. Another right hand by Maidana. But it has been a rough and tumble affair at times, and yes, Broner seems to be establishing his rhythm a little more here as we begin the second half of this title tilt.
And the problem for Broner is Maidana's thrown over 500 punches already. Broner hasn't yet thrown 200. And I'm not saying that they're all landing, but he's much busier.
Well, he just landed 3 punches there. The double left hook followed by the right cross by Broner. And Maidana getting a little sluggish, though, coming inside Paulie, throwing wildly.
Sometimes he shows signs of fatigue.
But there he shows signs of some good speed and combination.
But as he's showing these signs of fatigue, Broner's got to get busy. He's got to take advantage of that. Broner doesn't move his hands very often.
And a big question, too, will be how much impact will this body work that Maidana's doing have later in the fight? These are now closer rounds, though, that's for sure.
Triple left hand, culminating with that left uppercut by Broner, and Maidana comes over the top with the right hand to the side of the head as they again are in close. Working away on the body, Broner tagging the left upstairs. Now Broner beginning to find a rhythm with his combination. Maidana, though, continues to come forward. 20 seconds left in the 7th round.
Maidana's balance not good here in this round.
Left hook and left uppercut just grazes, but he connects with the right hand, and Broner now beginning to tee off a little bit of Maidana, but Maidana here in the final seconds coming back. A good round for Broner, though.
Okay, you pulling out too much. Okay, just a little bit more. I want you to back him up a little bit more, okay? He backing you up just a little bit too much. Okay, he holding you. What I tell you got to do. Spit out, spit out. How you feel? Okay, all right, look, this championship round, baby. Okay, it's me and you, man. It's me and you, look. Okay, you got the back.
How are you feeling, Chino? This is the 8th round. This is it. You got to be a little more busy in this round. And more precision in this round.
We look at the punches landed in this fight, and clearly a big edge for Maidana. And the key is, how are they distributed, though? And you can see there are rounds, certainly you might well give to Adrian Broner. Remember, there was a 10-8 round involved because Broner went down.
Yes, Broner went down 20 seconds into round 2 from a left hook and right hand combination.
Clean your shit up, boys.
Now, those are the show stat numbers. The judges, of course, have their own views of how these rounds are going.
You know, guys, this fight reminds me of there's a lot of comparisons with Broner with Floyd Mayweather here as Broner showing some flashy combinations. Reminds me of one of Floyd's developmental big fights. It was the first Jose Luis Castillo fight. This has there's a lot of comparisons of similarities to that fight that Floyd had with Jose Luis Castillo that Broner's having with Maidana here.
Yeah, Mayweather coming back and beating Castillo in the rematch. A lot of people thought Castillo beat Mayweather in that first fight.
But it certainly was a learning fight, and you could tell Mayweather improved and got better from it.
Maidana's allowing Broner to back him up now, and that's obviously good for Broner and not so good for Maidana.
Well, Stafford actually told Adrian in the corner. Adrian's trainer, Mike Stafford, told him he's backing you up a little too much. You got to get control of this. And Adrian listened to the corner, and he's trying to back Marcos back up. Marcos is not used to being on the back foot. I'll repeat it.
Yep.
Just past 1 minute here in the 8th round as Maidana attacking the body with the jab. Left hook upstairs by Maidana. Left hook by Broner. Straight right hand by Broner. Maidana with a 3-punch combination that ends with a right hand to the face.
Maidana's overhand right is so awkward.
And the hook got him. The hook got him. Broner for the second time in the fight. He was down in round 2. He's down for the second time in his career in round 8. Adrian Broner with the headbutt.
He's milking it, guys. Come on.
I thought Broner.
No.
Adrian Broner is selling it after getting the headbutt.
The reason for the headbutt, and it certainly was intentional, was that Maidana couldn't get his hands free.
And that's what I mean. It's a well-deserved point deduction.
Yes.
But Maidana loses the point that he gained from the knockdown. But Lawrence Cole has to do a better job of breaking these guys up. Broner at times holds both hands very, very hard. So Maidana can't get his arms free.
Maidana energized. Now he's protesting to Lawrence Cole. Maidana on the attack, though.
Left hook lands by Broner. 30 seconds left in the 8th. Double jab by Maidana.
Oh, nice
Good
move.
combination there by Maidana.
With a nice move. You see that?
Yeah, the kind of lateral movement we're not used to seeing from Maidana, spinning off the ropes.
He feinted downstairs and spun around and got the angle.
A very eventful 8th round comes to a close. Broner goes down for the second time in the fight. Maidana gets deducted a point for the headbutt.
Lots of drama in this round. First, there was the knockdown. It would be a left hook from Marcos Maidana that sends Broner down, appropriately called. And we'll take one more look at it. There was an earlier left hook as part of this sequence. Then the second left hook is what sent Broner down.
And again, that left hook landed. Broner went to parry a jab to the head, and a jab didn't come out. Instead, Maidana turned it into a left hook.
Then Broner locking up Maidana. Maidana can't get his head away. And yeah, that's absolutely intentional.
Look at how his arms are locked up, though.
Yeah.
You got the guy's looking to finish. The guy's trying to finish a guy he just knocked down. You got to get his arms free. I mean, look,
Yeah,
those
exactly.
are wrestling tactics.
Yes,
I mean, Lawrence Cole, I understand it's a well-deserved point deduction. It was totally intentional. Lawrence Cole did the right thing by deducting a point. But at the same time, you've got to break these guys better. I mean, that was a wrestling lock.
And Broner has held a lot in this fight. So
And that was a key moment because Maidana was going for the finish after a knockdown.
Round 9 begins. It has been another thriller here in San Antonio. High drama
And now-
in the Lone Star State.
And now it's Broner going backwards again. Maidana with the momentum to push him back.
Well, that was the risk you take in trying to walk Maidana down. You can put him on the back foot. You get clipped. I don't think maybe Broner's not so willing to take those chances.
Maidana on the attack again. Broner content to let him punch out, but then Broner holds on.
Cole may take a point away soon for that.
Oh, left hook.
He heard him, he heard him.
Maidana staggers Broner again. Chopping right hand, a left hook to the body, left hook upstairs. Broner trying to hold on. Eats another right and a left. The crowd is going crazy in San Antonio. Maidana digs away to the body with the left hand. Broner content to stay on the ropes.
Again, Maidana's got to cut the ring off here.
Working the body again is Maidana going over top of the right hand, followed by the left hook.
Once again, no offense from Broner at all. At all.
A minute and a half left in the ninth.
Maidana may have punched himself out a little bit in this round, but Broner not able to take advantage of it so far.
Broner's got to summon the will to throw some punches here because you're right, Alan. Maidana may be arm weary. If Broner can summon the will to throw some punches, he can do something. Easier said than done, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Maidana has thrown 52 punches in this round compared to just 5 for Adrian Broner, according to our show stats. Under a minute left in the round.
Maidana has turned this fight around in a big way, and the numbers demonstrate that. Staggering.
30 seconds left in the ninth. Maidana again beginning to pick up the pace. Lands a left hand. Broner comes back with a left of his own. Has Maidana along the ropes, but it's Maidana's jab that keeps Broner at bay.
Every time Maidana throws the double jab, something good happens for him.
Well, the because Broner's so used to seeing all those wide shots that the straight ones surprise him.
Yep.
Again, defense is partially anticipation. It's hard to anticipate straight shots coming from Maidana.
Chopping right hand again by Maidana. We're headed to the 10th of what has been a fantastic fight.
Adrian Broner again in difficulty. The left hook will create the problem for him. And that one staggered him badly. Give Broner credit for getting through this round. That was early in the round, and he was in serious trouble. And Maidana continued to blast away to both the body and the head through most of this round, so holding and hitting by Maidana. And then later on in the round, as Maidana was pursuing Broner and a little arm weary, it was Broner who landed a couple of good counter punches, but he threw so few punches and landed so few that Broner couldn't possibly close the gap in that round.
The 10th round underway here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Mauro Ranallo, Al Bernstein, Paulie Malignaggi, the rest of our Showtime crew, bringing you all of the action. Triple jab by Maidana.
And Mike Stafford and his crew in the corner of Adrian Broner doing their best to pump him up and get him to make something happen. Now remember, and of course they're concerned about the situation of their fighter. Remember in his last fight against Paulie Malignaggi sitting next to me, Broner really faded in the last several rounds. So if that happens here, he's going to really have a problem because he may very well be behind in his fight. We would anticipate, of course, that's just not an official view. Broner now is not going backward too much, but he's not landing either.
Again, he's not throwing. He's got to get busy. He's got to get busy, especially now. It's imperative.
Lands the right, left uppercut does Broner as we look at the unofficial scoring after 9 rounds. Good combination by Maidana.
Of course, we're pretty much in agreement here with Maidana winning by several points. The knockdown early in the fight helped him, but in the knockdown, the later knockdown was negated by the point deduction.
Broner went down in round 2, then again in round 8, but then, as you mentioned, a point deducted from Maidana due to the headbutt. There's an overhand right by Maidana, followed by the left hook.
And again, Lawrence Cole's warned Broner about 40 times for pushing, but he doesn't take a point. You know, you're gonna deduct points. He's got to go both ways.
Nice combination by Maidana. Lead left hook, then going downstairs. Broner dropping low, pushing Maidana away in the final 60 seconds now of the 10th.
Maidana has thrown double the punches this round of Broner.
And lands a right and a left behind the guard. Does Marcos Maidana, going to the body, ripping the left hook.
Broner coming forward. He's got to get his hands off.
Left hook upstairs by Broner.
He's allowing Maidana to get off here. He's got to get his hands off. He's going to come forward.
Clubbing left hand by Maidana, working the body. Under 30 seconds left in the 10th round. Broner content to just single shoot. Pot shot Maidana. There's a lead left hook that connects by Broner. Maidana, the busier fighter, the more accurate fighter. The crowd rallying behind the Argentine. We're headed to the championship rounds.
Hey, you need a knockout, man.
Nah, I got dog.
You got to dog him, but you got to
Stafford telling him Broner needs a knockout.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You seeing the shots, you're not letting them go.
Okay.
Let him go, bro. He's letting his go. That's all he's doing, man.
All right, come on.
Come on, relax, man. Come on.
Hey, come on. Everybody got to get them.
Well, we go inside the ropes to see some of the most important moments in this fight. There would be the knockdown early. That left hook created the knockdown, appropriately called. Then, later on, Maidana would get him down again using the left hand. But in that same round, a point deducted for this from Maidana after his frustration about the holding, but he committed the foul with the headbutt.
As Paulie mentioned, Mike Stafford telling Broner he needs the knockout. Neither fighter has recorded a knockout past the 8th round as we begin the first of our 2 championship rounds.
And on my card, he needs a knockout as well. Or a bunch of knockdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Couple of left hooks to the body by Maidana.
Maidana not throwing too many punches at the beginning of this round, but
Broner in an aggressive body language.
he better have one.
But still, his offense stifled by the crowding Maidana.
In a physical fight.
Right uppercut by Maidana.
A reminder of the judges: Stanley Christodoulou from South Africa, Levi Martinez from New Mexico, and Nelson Vasquez from Puerto Rico.
Broner getting busy here now in round 11 with some of his best work of the fight. Couple of right hands connect. Overhand right by Maidana, the counter.
That's what Broner needs to do. He's got to get those hands off now. And again, we talk about the will to win in the last fight from Thurman and Soto Caras. And both guys showing that same will to win. Neither guy wants to back off. Maidana tired, he's still trying to throw punches. Broner very impressive in the fact that he's been knocked down twice, felt a lot of power, yet he still tries to come forward, looking for this knockout that he seems to need on the scorecards to go get it.
And he
Big
just
right
did a
hand.
right cross.
It shows character in a fighter. It shows character in a man.
Left hook and a left hand and a right hand to the body. Left hook upstairs by Maidana. The final 60 seconds of the 11th round. Broner with the right uppercut, left hook. Maidana continues to work the body, lands another combination upstairs. Some good action here between the champion. Adrian Broner eats another lead left hook by Maidana.
He's giving the round back. He's got to get his hands off, because not only is he not throwing, he's getting hit. He's giving back all that good work he did at the beginning of this round.
A chance of Chino for Marcos El Chino Maidana. An unbelievable atmosphere to cap off one of the greatest years in recent memory in the sport of boxing. Maidana and Broner. Broner hits him through the ropes. We are headed to the 12th and final round. Adrian Broner's WBA welterweight championship hangs in the balance. He is in tough tonight.
After the bell.
Look. You got to keep your hands up. We catch him with some bullshit, man. You got to keep your hands up and keep going up the middle. Okay. Keep going up the middle. Chinos. ¿Te tiras más? ¿Están tirando para atrás? ¿Está bien? Okay, le van a quitar punto.
They're probably going to deduct the point. Let's see what's happening.
Come on, Lawrence, be fair. Be fair. Be fair, Lawrence. That's after the bell. That's
right.
Come on, you got to be fair, man. You got to be fair.
You know what? I like that Robert Garcia said that. He at least had to tell Lawrence Cole.
Look at me, Chino. Look at me, Chino. This is your round. Okay? You could knock him down in this round. This is the last round. Do not go back. Do not go back. Keep going forward. This is yours, but you got to keep going forward.
Well, body language speaks volumes in the Broner corner.
Love what Robert Garcia did. Love what Robert Garcia did. He fought for his guy, told Lawrence Cole, hey, man, you're going to deduct points for blatant fouls. You got to deduct points from Broner for that blatant left hook after the bell.
The 12th and final round. Adrian Broner's gets a new tattoo on his left leg, an owl. It's for good luck. So far, it seems to be serving him well.
It's a good rest for Broner right now, I'll tell you. Garcia fought for the point. He didn't get it, but at least it's showing he's got his man's back.
And they are exchanging leather in the center of the ring.
That punch after the bell was still bothering Maidana.
Yeah.
That was a big issue in this fight right now.
Yeah, he
Double
got
jab by Maidana.
He even went to the neutral corner to let the doctor check him.
Left hook by Broner. Couple of punches to the body by Maidana.
One thing about Maidana, though, is he's shown in his career, when you hurt him, he becomes dangerous.
Yep.
It's ask Amir Khan and Victor Ortiz.
And Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, good point.
Broner is more precise with his punches now. He's landed a couple of good power punches. It may be a four-corner offense now for Maidana. It may be him surviving this round.
Lead left hook by Maidana. Left hook by Broner. Going upstairs again with the left hook.
They're trading hooks, and right now Broner's is getting there a little quicker.
Left hook, right uppercut combination by Maidana along the ropes. Broner coming forward, but not throwing punches, content to just push Maidana away. And there he's warned again. Wow. Where's the point deduction? A minute and a half left in the fight. Couple of stiff jabs by Broner.
Broner very aggressive.
He's having a very good 12th round, and for Maidana, it's really a matter of getting through this, presumably. Now, we don't know how the judges are scoring it, but you would think Maidana might have a lead in this fight.
There's a straight right hand, another one that seemed to back up Maidana, and a left hand by Maidana.
I'll tell you, Broner's knees buckled, but he still came forward.
And the body shots by Maidana, left hook by Broner. Less than a minute left in what has been a terrific fight, in what has been a sensational year of boxing. Broner's title hanging in the balance, and he and Maidana continue to do battle.
Battle of attrition.
Final 15 seconds of the fight. They go down the stretch. Maidana along the ropes. Broner moving forward. We are headed to the judges' scorecards, putting a big exclamation point on the year 2013. Adrian Broner went down 20 seconds into round 2, then again a minute and a half into round 8. But then shortly thereafter, Maidana deducted a point for a headbutt. And we're off to the judges' scorecards following a tremendous welterweight championship fight. Al Bernstein, you're a Hall of Famer. You've been around the sport a long time. You said this year is the best year in boxing in the last 25 years.
I agree.
Hard to argue.
Yes, it is, and this was an exclamation mark on it. And right now, this issue very much in doubt. I personally think Maidana did enough to win it, but we'll see what the judges say.
There's a sign of sportsmanship between the two. Broner going over to Maidana. It's good to see.
In the last round, the early part of the round controlled by Broner, but then toward the end, they both were landing big punches. They traded left hooks. Maidana seemed to get in better, and then I believe there's an overhand right coming here. And here's where Broner got buckled a bit. Well, that's Maidana taking some shots, but here comes the hook that will buckle the knees of Adrian Broner. Yep. Maidana fight came back very much in the last minute and a half of that round. Wasn't enough for him to win that round. Broner had a great start.
Well, Stafford told Broner 3 rounds before he needed the knockout. I felt he needed the knockout. I gave him the last round, but I had him losing the fight. Let's see how the judges call it.
The numbers, I mean, double the number of punches thrown by Maidana. He did land, according to show stats, well over 100 more. And you see, Broner is usually a very accurate puncher. Broner normally lands in the 40-some% range up to 50. He landed 37%.
A total of 1,364 punches thrown in this fight. 964 thrown by Marcos Maidana. Did he do enough?
Now, here's a very revealing stat. Power punches landed per round, and that's very important because you score a fight round by round, and that gives you an indication that, for the most part, Marcos Maidana did more.
So, who will walk away with the WBA Welterweight Championship? Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Stanley Christodoulou scores the bout 115 to 110. Nelson Vasquez sees it 116 to 109. And Levi Martinez scores the bout 117 to 109. All 3 in favor of the winner. And the new welterweight champion of the world, Marcos El Chino Maidana.
Problem solved.
Well,
the king is dead. Long live the king. Marcos Maidana picking up the WBA welterweight title as Adrian Broner walks away, having suffered the first loss of his career, exiting the ring, being knocked down for the first 2 times of his career, and the crowd here not showing much respect, and there's no need to be throwing anything at a fighter who put it all on the line tonight. He may be brash outside of the ring, but he is a very talented fighter. And Paulie, a learning experience tonight, tasting defeat for the first time, and Maidana does it.
Well, you know what? He said he trained harder for this fight. He didn't take it so seriously when he fought me. So maybe Adrian Broner needs to take fights less seriously so he can maybe start winning fights again. Because according to him, he took this fight more seriously than any of the other ones, and he won and lost.
But the night belongs to Marcos Maidana as Broner makes his way back to the dressing room, losing for the first time. But for Marcos Maidana, becomes a champion for the second time in his career, having won the gold at 140 pounds.